everyone, so today is the 11th installment in my Throughout the Years series. If you want to see any of my previous Throughout the Years videos, I will link them all from birth through 8th grade in the bottom bar below. But today is Throughout the Years 9th grade, and I'm going to start off this video really quickly with an outfit of the day, and then I'll go in and I'll tell you everything that kind of happened in my life while I was in 9th grade, whether it was good, bad, any of that stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with an outfit of the day. I'm standing far away right now so that you could get a full view of the whole outfit. This is a close-up of the shirt, and I love the shoulder detail, and I also paired it with a belt around my waist. So both the shirt and the belt are from BB. I've had them for quite a while, and I wear them all the time, so you guys are probably so used to seeing me in it, but I love it. And then my jeggings are from True Religion, and for shoes, I'm actually going to wear these thigh-high black leather boots that lace up in the back, and I got these on sale at Steve Madden. I think they were last season, which is why they were on sale, because there was another pair there that had actually a higher heel, which is why I liked these better. These are a really easy heel to walk in. The other ones had a higher heel, and they were a lot more expensive, so I'm happy that the ones that I actually wanted were the ones that were on sale. And I'm going to a meeting after I film and edit and upload this video for something really exciting that I cannot wait to talk to you guys about. It's something that we've been working on for quite a while, and I just can't wait for it to be where I can talk to you guys about it. Right now, I promised I wouldn't say anything, but I am so excited, and I swear the second that I am allowed to talk to you, oh my gosh, the cat and Teddy are playing under the door. I have to show you this. Okay, never mind, sorry about that. Elle actually walked by and picked up the kitten on her way past my door, but he was like sticking his claw underneath the door, and then Teddy was like playing with it, and it was really cute. But anyways, I am so excited to tell you guys our big news, but I can't tell you quite yet. I promise. I am dying to tell you. Anyways, okay, so that was my outfit. Did I get everything? I'm like scatterbrained now. My hair I curled with a 1-inch Hot Tools curling iron, and then I brushed it out with a boar bristle brush, and sometimes these little hairs like to fall forward, and I don't know why. Sometimes it does it and sometimes it doesn't, but today they're like really wanting to fall forward, so I'm having to keep pushing them back. And then my makeup is my makeup is the same way that it pretty much always is. My nails are actually painted this really sparkly color. There you go, that's what they look like. It's called Show It and Glow It by OPI, and it's from the Burlesque collection. And I have to be honest, I've had it on for 2 days, and I'm ready to get a dark color put back on. I absolutely was loving my Here Today, Are Gone Tomorrow, but it started chipping, so I had to switch it up. And this is just, it's too glittery and gaudy for me. A year ago, this would have been my ideal color, but now I'm really into deep colors that look black, but they have a subtle color underneath, like either a really deep green or a really deep purple or something. So I'm ready for a dark color. Actually, no, I'm going to paint my nails, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to paint them yellow, and then I'm going to put the black shatter top coat from OPI over top of it so that they're black and yellow for the Super Bowl. Isn't that going to be so funny? So yeah, I guess that kind of tells you who I'm rooting for, but I'm going to do black and yellow on my nails, and then I'm going to go back to a dark color. And then the last thing I have is I have this bracelet right here that on one side it says I care about, and on the other side it says the animals. I got it from a bookstore. It was like by the register, and it was only a couple dollars, and it said that the proceeds went to whatever you got it for. So since this one was for the animals, it goes to a charity that helps out animals. There was all different ones you could pick, and they were different colors, but I got this one because I do care about the animals, and it was a neutral color that I can wear pretty much with any outfit. So then I'm just going to take my black leather motorcycle bag, and I will be ready to go to my meeting. So now, finally, let's get on to what happened in my life when I was in 9th grade. I have to be honest with you guys. If you remember, 7th grade for me was just kind of a there year, and a there year to me means that it was just there. I lived through it. It happened in my life, but it's not one that was super exciting for me. 6th grade was the worst year. 8th grade was a really good year. 7th grade was just there. I have to be honest, 9th grade was just another there year for me. And what is he doing? If you're going through this time in your life right now, I hope you understand that you will get through it. While I was going through 9th grade, I was like, nothing really exciting is happening to me. And I didn't really understand why my life wasn't really going anywhere. I felt like I was at a standstill, but everybody has those times in their life. So if you are going through that, I promise you'll get through it. Something really exciting will happen, and it'll kind of change your life. But if you guys remember, I talked about boys for the first time in my last 8th grade video. I've kind of kept my love life, I guess you could call it, kind of private, just because I felt like that was something that I didn't really want to share with the internet. But I opened up to you guys in my 8th grade video and let you know that I got my first real boyfriend. And I say real boyfriend because I think I had my first boyfriend in 1st grade. His name was Jonathan, but he didn't know he was my boyfriend. I just thought he was my boyfriend. No, this was a real boyfriend. He called me his girlfriend. I called him my boyfriend. We talked on the phone, every night, but we only saw each other on the weekends because we went to different schools. I told you guys about him in my 8th grade video. Well, we broke broke up in 9th grade because we went to a school dance together and he cheated on me. He kissed another girl at the school dance that we went to together, and then my mom proceeded to pick us both up and we had to drive home together because she had dropped us off together, so we had to drive home together. That was a very awkward car ride because I had just broken up with him because I found out that he kissed another girl and I wasn't going to stay with him through that. And it wasn't even the type of thing that he kissed her and then he was like, I'm so sorry, take me back, like all that type of stuff. No, I think it was just his petty little way of not wanting to break up with me, but not wanting to be with me. So he was just going to go ahead and kiss another girl and then let me do all the dirty work and break up with him. I think that's what he wanted to happen, and it did happen. So I broke up with him, and then my mom, you know, picked us up and drove us both home. And that was a hard night for me because I'd been dating him for over a year. And I know that, you know, when you're young, you know, we were like 14, 15, around that age. So I know we were young and I know we weren't like really in love or any of that stuff. But at the time I felt like we were, you know what I mean? So what do you want? Hi. So that was something that happened to me that was kind of towards the beginning of 9th grade, and it kind of ate away at me at the, you know, the entire year. And I didn't talk to him through the middle of the year, and then we started talking again towards the end of the year, and I wanted to get back with him so badly. I'm gonna tell you guys, I know that's horrible to say because he like kissed another girl while we were together and stuff, but at the end of the year, I still really liked him and I wanted to get back with him. And what are you doing? But we didn't end up getting back together, and I guess that's for the best. Because if it weren't for that, and also my best friend in 9th grade was Lori, and I know that Lauren was my best friend, you know, since 6th grade on, she's been my best friend, but Lori and I were inseparable in 9th grade. Like, I'm talking like when someone would invite one of us somewhere, they just knew the other one was gonna come. We had Friday and Saturday nights, we would spend the night together every single Friday and Saturday night of 9th grade. We actually had a falling out the end of 9th grade. We didn't really hang out much anymore. Life at that time kind of dropping out of my life. I wouldn't have found the boredom that led me to find YouTube and led me to start doing my videos. So 10th grade is going to be a really exciting year for me to do a throughout the years video on, because I get to talk about, you know, starting my YouTube channel and everything that has happened to me since then and stuff. But 9th grade, it was just kind of there, and I feel like as much as it hurt during the time, during, you know, losing my best friend and losing my, you know, boyfriend and stuff, I feel like at the same time, if it wouldn't have been for me not having them to hang out with, so I was just kind of, I was bored and, you know, stuff like that, I kind of found the YouTube community and you guys became my friends. So I'm going to talk to you more about that at that time, but I was lonely in 9th grade. I didn't really have much of anybody. I had Lori throughout, you know, the first like half of it, I guess you could say. And I was still cheerleading. This was my last year of competition cheerleading. I had done 8 years of competition cheerleading and I stopped this year. Everybody always asks me, and I've told you guys before, but I'll go ahead and tell you again. In 9th grade, I was on level 5 co-ed, but I don't want you guys to think, if you like know cheerleading terminology, I don't want you to think that that means that I was like a good cheerleader, because I wasn't a very good cheerleader, which I think I came to my senses in 9th grade and I was like, this isn't the sport for you. I wasn't a very good tumbler. I was a good stunter though. I was both a base and a back spot. I had front spotted before, like in one of the stunt series. I was a front spot. I feel like it was maybe when I was on like youth or junior, but during all of my 9th grade year, I was back spot and base. So stunting was fine, cheering was fine, dance section was fine. It was the tumbling section that really ate at me. That was actually a really fun year though, because our cheerleading music was Superman theme, and it was just really cool because, like, I don't know if you watch competition cheerleading, but like while the flyers were, you know, tossing over to different groups and stuff, they had like the sound effects. I don't know, it was one of my favorite years of cheerleading, but I ended up stopping after that year. So I did about 3/4 of my 9th grade year. I was still doing my competition cheerleading, and then the season stopped. So I quit. Oh, I started high school this year. How did I forget to mention that at the beginning of the video? This is something really exciting. So I started high school, and I'll tell you guys what I wore the first day of school, because the first day of 8th grade, I dressed up really, really nice, and I like wore my best outfit on the first day of the year. And I remember the most popular girl first day of 8th grade wore a polo and jeans and just flip-flops, and I was so jealous that she was so casual. She didn't try to dress up at all, but she looked so good. I was so jealous. So first year of 9th grade, I took a tip and I wore a polo the first day, but I layered them because I had saved up all summer for my school bag, which I wanted to be a Vera Bradley tote bag, and it was in the Capri Melon. Do you guys remember what that pattern was? It was discontinued, but it was my favorite pattern ever. I saved up, I got a tote bag that was in Capri Melon, And it had like every color in it, but two of the colors that were really distinct, it was like pink and stuff like that, and then it had turquoise and it like a little teal color, and then it had yellow. And I wore a yellow polo with a teal one over top of it, with the yellow collar over top of the teal collar, and then I folded up the sleeves so that the yellow was like showing. Oh my gosh, you guys, I thought I was the coolest thing in the world. I walk in, and the girl last year who was wearing a polo, guess what she's wearing? She's wearing heels. She is wearing, I think she was wearing a dress. She was wearing like a really fancy outfit, jewelry to the nines, and I was like, dang nabbit, I should have dressed up more. So that was something that I was so proud that I was like just gonna not really care. I was the only one that wasn't dressed up the first day of school. But if I could go back, I feel like I would have done that every single year. If I could take back, you know, my first days of the year, I just stuttered, but if I could take back my first days of the year, I feel like I would have dressed casual every single one of them, because that's the person that you remember, and you're like, you know what, they're like, they don't even, you know, care, but I only did it one year, and then the next year I dressed up. You best believe that. Teddy bear sitting on my lap now. So I got to go to high school, which was like really, really exciting. And I actually, the lunch table had round tables. I was only used to sitting at like long rectangular tables, but this one had round tables, and it reminded me of a mall. And there were different lines you could go into for different food. Like there was a salad bar and a sandwich line. And then there was the snack line that had like warm cookies and fruit roll-ups and stuff like that, and like different kind of drinks. And then there was the line that always had like chicken poppers, which are like these little chicken nuggets. They're so good. Chicken poppers and french fries. And then there was a line that had, oh, macaroni Mondays were the best. Oh, you guys, I miss macaroni Mondays so badly. You got chicken tenders and a roll, and then a little bowl of macaroni. Macaroni Mondays was every other Monday, was the best time that year. And the classes I took geometry, I took advanced biology, I took that class, I took French 1 and French 2. I went all the way through AP French. I don't remember much of it, but now that I live in LA, I hear a lot of people speaking French. I guess in my small little town, you know, there weren't that many people that spoke French, but now that I'm in LA, people speak all different languages. And I really, really, really want to learn how to speak Spanish and then touch up on my French, because I really miss kind of being able to know like what they were saying. I wasn't that good of a speaker of French, as much as I could kind of tell, like when I overheard people speaking it, I was able to, you know, figure out what they were talking about. But now I can't, and I think I need to freshen up on that, and I want to learn how to speak Spanish, which is really exciting. And then I went ice skating. There's an ice skating rink that comes around like once a year, and I remember that this like around like the Christmas time or whatever, we went ice skating, and I feel like I went with like Lauren, Lori, like a bunch of my friends, and that was a lot of fun. So I think that's like all that happened in 9th grade. Like I told you that this is kind of a boring video because it was just a there year for me. It was just one of those years that I lived through, and you know, nothing really exciting happened. But I'm really excited to do 8th throughout the year's 10th grade, because I started my YouTube channel in between the summer of 9th and 10th grade, which means it falls into the 10th grade category. And so my next throughout the year's video, I feel like is going to be a lot more exciting than this one. And from here on out, you know, I only have 3 more years to talk to you guys about, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. I'm not even finished living like my 12th grade year, but I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about that. But 10th grade is going to be really, really exciting for me. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys want to let me know what happened to you when you were in 9th grade, or if you're in a different country, the equivalent of being like 14 and 15. If you want to let me know what happened to you, I would love that. So leave it as a video response below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.